Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the end of another exciting day here in the markets. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin. Well, I guess on the one hand, I'm not really sure how much has changed from this morning. I guess there have been some developments. What I can say, though, is I am surprised at the market's reaction today. Um, I thought the one thing that I was pretty certain of that if we got any sort of close race, the market would not like that. What the hell do I know? Nothing apparently, because we just had or we're having here our best post-election trading day, I think maybe ever, at least in the Dow. If you look at the Qs, they're rolling here. SPY's getting back a little bit of its gains here, but we are just rolling here in most sectors. I mean, the banks notwithstanding, and industrials and materials notwithstanding. But you look at tech, you look at cyclical names, healthcare, we're rolling, Joel.
Yeah, I really a historic day in the markets as we wait for a conclusion to some major drama here. S&Ps, they fooled me. I did not think. I thought maybe we were going to just batter around, go up against that pre-market high, and go back down and trade a little bit of a range. But nope, it took out that pre-market high at 32, 32 and a quarter, or 34, 32 and a quarter, and it was lights out, Loretta. We exceeded that range of four highs that I talked about, and I think I ballparked like 34.65. We got all the way to 34.80. So that's where you got to. Couldn't quite get to the 3,500 level. Now I think you're just having, wow, man, there's some big profits. That's a big move. We moved 160 points off that low last night. That is almost triple our average trade, a little over double our average trading range. So, just some quants, some numbers. They said, hey, these are some profits, and I'm taking them. And so we're selling off here. What will happen tomorrow? No one knows. Still a lot of things to be decided. Let's just take a look at the other markets, and then we'll get to
Yeah.
stops here. Crude up a buck 30 at 38.96. Oil patch participating here in the rally. Nice move back from that break from 42. Gold is still gold. It's down $10 at 1,950 cents. Silver's in the red by 40 cents at 23.93. And then you got Bitcoin. Bitcoin did clear 1,400, got to 14,420. You're back up at 14,175. I think a close above 1,400. What your Bitcoin bulls want to see here is you close above 1,400, maybe put a couple lows in 38.9, 13,990, 985, and then boom, take another leg up towards 14,500. But boy, oh boy, we got a lot of stocks to cover, Spencer.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? There's a lot of things I'm looking at, and not all of them are even election related here. But I was just looking at Uber and Lyft here, Joel. The charts have diverged a bit today. You look at Uber and you see stock lit up what 13% on the day. I mean, it gave some back at the open, but by and large, it's pretty much hanging around that $40 area, $41 area all day. Then you pull up Lyft in comparison, and you see a much sharper drop at the open, and not even close to those levels.
Hats off to Nick Shaheen.
Yeah,
Nick makes some good calls. You very rarely hear him say, "I'm just long this stock. I'm just staying long this
yeah.
stock."
I don't know how many stocks he
I
actually.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. And conviction, a high conviction buy, and they got the favorable ruling. Here's something where it wasn't exactly sell the news. You had the bump up over the last 3 days, and then it passed in California. That's what shareholders were looking for. The only thing concerning here is you should spike up right to that session to 42, and then you pull back. So you're still going to close in the 40 handle. It looks like as this time, but that 42 number moving forward here. Let me get the 24-hour chart here. Um, Make it 60-minute and make it the entire session. You got to be a little concerned here about the 42. And the only reason is that you had a monthly high. Where was that one? 41.86. And when it fell off a cliff there. So that's your next hurdle. This high is a little bit above it, but clear resistance here. In Uber, I have not looked at the lift chart. And what Nick was saying on Tuesday, that was yesterday. It seems like a couple
Seems
days
like it
ago.
was.
I know, I know. I got to get some sleep. Is that it's a different company.
Yeah.
They're Uber is more diversified than Uber Eats. Now, you did sneak your head up above that trend line that I've been drawing for a long time here. So we'll keep that in there. Let's see if that trend line now acts as support. Lyft had a good monthly number too, though. The numbers are working today. Uh, let's see. What's your high? Today your high is 32.27. And I'm talking monthly highs here. Well, no, today's high is 32.12. You go back to September, your high was 32.27 and then 32.78 in August. So big roadblock. We'll do some fancy drawing here on this charts for our people that hopefully are not driving their car and try and look at the charts. But right there, big area, and we hit it up today. We'll see if Lyft can make another move above that trend line.
And I'm not sure what this says as well, but Uber has basically almost twice the volume of Lyft today, or the trading volume.
Yeah, yep. It's been a better performer overall. So we'll have to kudos to Nick when he comes on next time. And you know what? And I have to talk to Gene because Gene has been a Lyft fan, and he's not wrong on many things. But we'll see if he changes his mind on that.
Dion H said he feels like he lives with us. Dion, I don't blame you. I'm sick of my own voice right now. I really am. I'm sick of my own voice. I don't want to talk anymore.
Well, I just want to tell you, I think you guys did an excellent job last night. And you've never done that before. And election coverage, they threw you in with the Wolves. Mitch with his perma smile there, and it was fun. I mean, I can't watch the election coverage, and then I saw Triple D come on, and I said, I'm just gonna let the boys do it. I didn't,
I know I texted you and you didn't respond, and that's how
I know. I was just
I
like,
feel.
I know. I let you down, man. I'm sorry. I
It's fine.
just
I want to tell everyone. If only you could have heard the reaction. My laugh this morning when I first saw Dennis, like when he first came into our Zoom, and I saw he's wearing the same shirt. That's all I needed to see. But let's get back to
I just want to say one
yeah.
thing. I think that Benzinga really has to cut back on the clothes budget and the makeup budget for us. I mean, I think we're spending way too much money on our attire and makeup and everything for the show. So we got to cut back on that. But yeah, Triple D, I hope he did. If he's wearing that same shirt tomorrow, man, I'm going to have to plug my nose even through the internet. But anyways, let's,
All right. Yeah. Can we look at Biogen here? So this is one that
yeah,
we
good
talked
news.
about. We talked about this on Monday, and we talked about it last week. I want to say Thursday or Friday as well. So I gave you the heads up that the FDA meeting
Ooh,
for aducanumab
that was
was
bad.
going to be Friday, this coming Friday. The FDA review. What they do oftentimes, and they did it today here, is they will release the documents ahead of the meeting, and that's what happened this morning. And the documents, what they basically say is that the FDA believes that Biogen has provided, quote, substantial, unquote, evidence of effectiveness to support their approval of Biogen's Alzheimer's drug, aducanumab. So that's why Biogen got the pop this morning. If you haven't seen the news by now, that's great news for Biogen. That's probably great news for all of us
Oh
here.
yeah,
Still
for
a long way
sure.
to go. Still a long way to go. But this is a big step for Biogen. We've been waiting for this headline for like 6 months, and it looks like today we got at least part of it.
Yeah, and the only thing I'll say here is that market's really trying to decide what to do here. You caught that initial spike at a nice run, and you're just kind of hugging 340, 360 here. So market's really trying to decide whether, what if holds this 340, boom, oh, arrows pointing north, up, up, up and away. You lose that 340. I see a little technical downside, and then someone's just saying, I want to sell some stock up here, not quite under 360. So this is how your 60-minute looks. This is how your 15-minute looks. So some major consolidation, but great news for Alzheimer's patients. Very happy to
And
hear that.
Joel, I know you want to talk about PayPal. I saw that Kathy Wood has looks like done some rebalancing here. She trimmed some Tesla to buy more BABA and PayPal. And I know you had seen a
Yep.
key level there in PayPal.
Yeah, and boy, this is just a nice old level here. And you mentioned correctly so that asset allocation, these managers, have to do that. They have to trim.
Yep.
I don't know if it was more than people are expecting her to sell, but for you PayPal traders, I want you guys to get out your notebook right now, and I want you to look at 195. And if you can't tell me that's a big number, then I don't know what I'm talking about. The high today, 195 even. Your high before it tanked, was that on earnings day? I think that it tanked. Yeah, high 195.33. Boom. There is your area. And then let's say you clear 195 and you think this baby's going for the all-time high at 215. The next level that you want to keep an eye on, and I know that probably get you'll get tired of this, but man, halfway back of this move here. Oh man, that's coming in at 195 too. Oh man, mark that level down, folks. Resistance until resistance is broken, and we'll see if we can get back to the all-time high. But nice move in PayPal today.
All right, before we go to the chat, I just want to mention some earnings after the close today. Not too many. Qualcomm is on my radar at 4 o'clock. Upwork is on my radar at 4:10. We've got Expedia. They don't usually report till later. They're out going to be at like 5 p.m. based on prior quarters. You've got Hyatt Hotels sort of going along with the Expedia theme here, but
Those are tough stocks, folks.
yeah, tough stocks. Really, I'm watching Upwork and I'm watching Qualcomm. Those are kind of the two on my radar for the after hours session today with regards to earnings.
Okay. Upworks, I had that nice move. I ran a little trouble over 21. So keep an eye on that. You did have a seller over 21 for quite a few days here going back into October. So there's your potential resistance. And last month's high was right there too. So keep an eye on 21 and change in Upwork.
I suppose Zynga as well. I like watching that space, so I'll be watching Zynga. See what
Okay.
that space has been hot.
Yeah, I mean, there's, a lot of people are making conclusions here from the potential outcome, election results of, what's going to happen if the Democrats get in. Are we going to go into immediate lockdown? So you're getting some of these places. I don't think. First of all, it's not clear cut who's won the election.
Oh,
Second of all, we don't know how these stocks are going to actually react. But good day for Zynga here.
yeah. This is what from what I was reading this morning. Like what the analysts are saying is people are rotating into the quote the safe names, right? Like big tech is like safe, right? And that's what
Yep.
they'll always find a reason. I just continue, and I'll repeat this. I'm just baffled at the reaction. I think it's pretty clear that we're not going to know the results here for a little bit, and once we get a winner, if it's Biden, this is going to the courts for sure. I think so.
Yep.
We may not know this for a while, and I honestly thought that was a recipe for just
Disaster.
for either a drop or at the very least like some range bound trading. But I did not see this coming, so totally caught off guard with this reaction here today. Let's go to the chat for the next few minutes here, guys. Dropping. Oh yeah, Joel, you have something to say?
Square. Someone who hopped in. Square here. Earnings. Oh boy. Had
Yeah.
a little. Yeah. I mean, you got support, so I can tell you where support is here. If you're looking to buy this dip or you want to stop out level, look at all those three lows here. It probably got hit with the PayPal news. Let's just call the lowest of those lows 150, 110. Is it great support? You're $20 away from that. So that would have been a good number to give you yesterday when you were trading. So that's not much help. On the upside, I just like to go into my old bag of tricks, and there's only one in there. And when you have a sustained sell off and a move like this, I mean, you got to look. Oh, look at that rebound coming in right at the 171, 172 area. So let's see. I mean, do I see any daily highs in one place? I don't know. The Square report would have me a little bit nervous, if I was holding this in. I know they're peers, not directly, different reports, different companies. But if you're looking for another potential, let's say this thing gets a nice pop. If I saw it at 176 and a half, that splits two highs from October 26th and October 27th, 76.86 and 76.26. I'd look at that as a potential area of resistance.
Yeah, Square reports tomorrow afternoon, which is a big one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um,
That's like
oh no, I'm sorry.
he said
No, no,
tonight.
no,
I
no,
thought.
no, no. I'm right. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon actually tomorrow morning too, for that matter, is a
We'll
big.
just be back to normal tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean I certainly hope so.
Triple D will, take a shower hopefully, and we'll just be back to talking markets, talking analyst ratings, and what our chat wants to learn about.
Yeah. So speaking of chat, let's go back there in just a second. Okay. Um, what am I seeing here?
Seeing a little bit of a sell-off in the S&Ps here into the close. It's funny that pre-market high, 32 and a quarter, and we're trending back toward that area. It's still going to be an excellent day for the market, but now you got to think about this 34.80 level. If if you get a look at that overnight, which I don't think you will. That's coming up resistance, but we opened 34.09, so we are up from the close. Majority, a lion's share of the gains taking place in the after hours markets.
Here's one we haven't talked about, I think, since the IPO a few months ago. JFrog, ticker is FROG. This is just a software play. I don't know too much about it, but we have
Mm,
we have a few months of data now, Joel.
you do, and you found you had the IPO, you had the dip to 90. You made the this is a choppy one here, but uh, I don't know where the street had this priced at, but I'm pricing $70 is a pretty good number here. Over the last four sessions, someone's trying to accumulate some stock here between, let's call it 70. They let it get to 68.72 3 days ago, four lows within that same area. So good support for now, kind of in the middle of no man's land.
What else do I see here from the chat? Oh man, a lot. Yeah, they're all talking about gaming now because Zynga is tonight. So, seeing Take Two get a few mentions. We talked Qualcomm already. Peloton, I see them in there. They're tomorrow.
Oh, Peloton's tomorrow? Are
Yeah.
you sure?
You want me to tell you it's tomorrow? We got Square, Roku, Peloton, Joel,
Okay.
and Uber, and Uber. Oh wait, no, we get Uber. Yeah, Uber is. I
Mm.
think I saw Uber, but maybe I'm just.
Same thing back up. You had to break 140, 110, 30-point move. Let's see if it, 140 to 110, 30. So one and a quarter. Keep an eye on that if you're trading that over the next couple days. And funny how it works out that way. You got two highs, 24.34 and 24.90.
Yeah. All right. Joel, how are we doing here?
A little bit of a fade here, a little bit of a fade into the close. We are now currently trading at 34.34 and a half, still up a good 73 handles, very close. Funny that pre-market high. Big Bill D says 500 million to sell. Not a extraordinary. Huge imbalance here. A little bit of profit taking after just an incredible, probably one of the best 3 days this market's had since we were coming off those March lows, maybe in June.
Mitch, you had a good call today with
Mitch
JD.com.
did. He did. Yep.
Up
Yep.
there, up 8% on the day. I mean, that entire trade actually is up today. Baba's up 4%. What's Baidu doing? Up 4%. But JD kind of following the Amazon lead here to an extent.
Yeah. Yep. Good call. I'm just not great with stocks breaking out to new highs. Not necessarily shorting them, but good call. Good call on that. If
Yep.
you got to be that type of trader where you can just buy it at levels it has never been before.
Yeah. All right, Joel, it's 3:59. We made it to the end of the day. It's been a long day, but thankfully not as long as yesterday. Um, I'm feeling the market's reaction today has me feeling pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I
I
can
mean,
give it all back. You know what this market could do, man. Who
yeah,
knows what's going to happen overnight? Who knows what's going to happen with the results? We probably won't even have a result tonight, and looks like the results will be contested. So
I,
it ain't over until the fat lady sings, and she ain't even warming up yet.
I'm just saying that like in 2000, it took like what a month to get the results of that, or 3 weeks to get the results of that election, and we fell 5%. If it takes 3 to 4 weeks this time, I mean, at this rate, we'll be back at new highs in no time.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm feeling pretty good about the market's reaction today. Maybe this is false hope, but I'm feeling pretty optimistic that market doesn't really care who's in the White House or who's in Congress. stock
Market goes up.
just
And no, thanks for the compliments here. People saying, the political stratum, it's a difficult thing to do, but we try and talk about price and impact and potential outcomes. So thanks, you guys are great, and we'll be back with you tomorrow morning.
that's the plan. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please remember all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. All right, we can breathe. That's 4 o'clock. We're done. Everyone have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right.